One of the things that I find that some single women may be ashamed of doing is ashamed of admitting that you are desirous of getting married, and there's nothing to be ashamed of that, or as putting it as one of your most important goals in a year, in a quarter, whatever the case may be. Now, getting found by the man of your dreams may not necessarily be something that can be achieved or accomplished by you alone. In fact, it can only be accomplished and it can only be accomplished by you alone, which is why I teach meeting and marrying. Let me not assume that people may not understand. So when I teach you to meet your husband is one thing, and when I teach you to marry your husband is a different thing, because one thing to meet your husband is another thing to marry your husband. That's a different conversation for those who are ready to pay attention to what I have to say. So I understand that sometimes there are external variables that may not make it seem as fast as possible, but you see that meeting your husband, let's not even go there. It is something that is so possible, and I'm convinced about it. That's why I'm bold talking about it. You don't even just try me, try the bundles we put out, try out whatever it is that I've put out there and test it. I don't think it's hard. It's not that difficult. It's just for you to test it and try it and say, oh, this is working for me or this is not working for me. But I'll conclude by saying, and really the essence of why I created this video, I'm creating it, created it. You get the point. You see this video out there is because I want to encourage you that there's nothing to be ashamed of if you are desirous of getting married. Nowadays, there's this thing where if women want to get married, they're ashamed, or they're looked down on, or they're looked at funny. There's nothing to be ashamed of if you want to get married. And so, in fact, some people have even said, oh, I'm direct with this meet your husband thing. I want those who want to meet their husband to come to me. I don't want indirect, I don't want confusion, I don't want dilly-dallying. If you want to meet your husband, come to me. That's the deal. I'm not confused, and I'm not confusing you. Okay, so that's it for me, and I'm putting it out there because it is a meet your husband conversation. Some people feel, oh no, as in when at the end of the day, you know that your core intention is wanting to meet your husband. So there's nothing to be ashamed of. God started the world with family, with a man meeting a woman, with a woman meeting a man. So I don't really know what you are ashamed of. You need to do a mind orientation, and I hope that this video helps you get that started. I'm SAGENEL. I'll see you next time.